It was an exciting 2 weeks of chuck wagon racing with the NACC championships here in Lloyd and, of course, the Rangeland Derby at the Calgary Stampede. But now we're back to normal in the CPCA racing with the new event coming down at Little Pine, Saskatchewan, coming up this week, starting on Friday, which will always be an exciting one. And so thank you so much for being with us once again, Greg Buchanan, the radio host of the CPCA.
Thanks, Thomas. Thanks for having me.
And so, Greg, we're now back to a bit more of a standard race with Little Pine here, a 3-day race, back to 3 barrels. Tell me, how much of an adjustment would it be for all those racers who were either at the Rangeland Derby or at the NACC to go over to a much smaller event in a sense?
It's the same size track, so there's a little bit more room on the track with 3 wagons instead of 4. At the same time, it's what you came out of the North American Chuck Wagon Championship with and what you came out of the Calgary Stampede with. And I say that because it's tasking on everybody. It's tasking on the drivers, the barn crew, and it's also tasking on the horses. So you come out of that and you might have a couple of horses that need maybe even this weekend off. But at the same time, you're right back at it. And it's an exciting time of the season because you have Little Pine and Frog Lake and then Palmaker, Meadow Lake, and then back here for the Lloyd Final. So it's an interesting time, and there's going to be some drivers that come out of the North American Chuck Wagon Championship as well as the Calgary Stampede with build confidence. You look at a Dallas Stick in Calgary that, he struggled at times, but he finished off very strong. Jamie Labakane was simply lights out the NACC and was in that dash, won the aggregate title, and he looked phenomenal at times. Logan Gorse, just very consistent. So there's just 3 guys to talk about, and some other grid shows. Kevin Desjardins, a rookie driver in the CPCA, really showed well at the NACC. So another confidence builder for that new driver to the CPCA.
So you mentioned JB Labakane and Logan Gorse, 2 racers who were in that dash for cash at the end of the day at the NACC. And of course, Jamie Labakane was the aggregate winner. Do they have kind of that favoritism going into these next few events being a bit more standard to try and compete for that CPCA Top Driver Championship?
Logan and Jamie are on the track. They have a chance to win day money. They're that good. And Jamie's been that good. Those in the sport of chuck wagon racing simply are in awe of Jamie and Labakane's 2 outfits right now. He's been sensational. The times that he put on that track are some of the best times we've ever seen on that track, very close to track records a couple of times during the NACC. So look at Jamie to continue. And Logan Gorse is just consistent. And Logan Gorse never had a day money win at the NACC. And what does he do? He's in the dash. So he's one of those kind of drivers that just kind of does what he has to do, stays out of the penalties. And if he does that, then look for Logan Gorse on that final Sunday here in Lloyd to have a shot at a Canadian title once again.
Greg, there were a few other drivers who looked really good at the NACC championships, such as a Preston Faithful, who are pretty high in the CPCA standings. Are they going to be trying to make up some ground this weekend at Little Pine?
They're going to go into Little Pine, and they're going to get a chance, especially Preston. And what he did coming off barrel number 4 on night number 8 is going to be something that people are going to be talking about for quite some time. And Heath Stewart was the rail away coming off barrel number 4 in one of the great runs we have seen on that track as well. So Preston is another driver that just continues to gain confidence, wins the Wainwright Stampede, gets the dash in Onion Lake, and look out for Preston Faithful to make up some ground there too. And then you look at the likes of one guy is Brad McMahon. Brad McMahon didn't start in Yorkton, so he starts off behind the 8 ball on the season, but at the same time, Brad McMahon is a driver that at the NACC was knocking on the door for that final 4 there and couldn't crack that top 4. But if that show goes any longer, he's probably moving up in the standings. So Brad McMahon, a driver that look out for a few good things for him as he looks to move up in the standings the next few shows.
Thank you, as always, for all the information, Greg. And like I said, Little Pine will be starting on Friday and will be continuing to go on until Sunday for the usual championship Sunday. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Thomas.